take to prevent crimes against children. It's not just a day to teach people about how to prevent crimes, but also a day to remind Loudoun County residents that they are key players in helping authorities solve crimes and providing information and leads on cases that may have happened years ago. Newly elected Sheriff Chapman made a commitment to Loudoun residents to put together a cold case squad to address unsolved cases. He appointed Major Richie Fiano to lead the Crime Investigations Division, CID unit, and oversee the new cold case squad. Major Fiano is a 35-year veteran in law enforcement, spending 30 years with DEA. Major Fiano also has several years working in the intelligence community and private industry as a law enforcement subject matter expert. At this time, I would like to turn the program over to Major Richie Fiano for additional introductions. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Before introducing Sheriff Chapman, I'd like to welcome you all here to the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office Child Awareness Day, and specifically extend my thoughts, as Ms. Mills did, to the Smith family as they continue to deal with this terrible tragedy. As Ms. Mills mentioned, when the sheriff first came into office, he wanted to establish a cold case squad to look over the number of unsolved deaths and death investigations that have occurred throughout the county, and asked the detective division to begin this initiative. So we are currently looking at each unsolved death investigation separately from the beginning, reviewing all the evidence and following all the leads. We actually have cases dating back to 1969, and we already treat each one as if they just happened today. We found that in order to best serve that, we needed a dedicated group of personnel, individual detectives that didn't have other duties. So the sheriff allocated additional positions, and I can tell you, resources were very, very scarce in this department, but the sheriff gave us a number of positions from other areas and other units within the department to work on these cold cases. One of these cases is the Erica Smith homicide. As you probably know or have learned over the past several weeks, Erica was a Loudoun County resident. She was born and raised here, and would have been entering high school when she was tragically killed in 2002. Her assailant or assailants have yet to be apprehended. Our detectives assigned to this case are again reviewing all the evidence and following all the leads. But we need your help. When tragedy like this strikes, it takes a collaborative effort between the police department and the community in order to resolve these cases. I'm asking you to reach out to your family and friends and acquaintances and trust our detectives. We know there's information out there that we don't have yet. We have a dedicated tip line. We are searching for information, as I said, from Erica's friends and acquaintances. When you get the opportunity to help law enforcement, remember Erica and call our dedicated tip line. Together, I think we can solve this crime and bring some closure for the Smith family, who really, really deserve it. We also have detectives standing by here if anybody has information on that crime or any other crime. Just grab any one of the uniform deputies or the detectives, and they'll be more than happy to speak with you. With that, it's now my pleasure to introduce your Chief Law Enforcement Officer, Sheriff Chapman. Sheriff Chapman has more than 30 years of law enforcement experience, including 25 years with the DEA and 7 years with the Howard County Police Department. Prior to his election here in Loudoun County, Sheriff Chapman also spent several years as a law enforcement subject matter expert in private industry. And I'm proud to introduce the sheriff, not only because he's my boss, but because I know him for 30 years, and he's a friend. So with that, Sheriff Chapman.
To facilitate the methodical review and investigation of unresolved violent crime cases, I implemented a cold case initiative. The purpose of this effort is to re-examine these cases from a fresh perspective while utilizing newly developed scientific techniques and forensic processes. The unsolved murder of Erica Smith of 2002 is one such case that we are applying these principles. 14-year-old Erica Smith disappeared on July 29, 2002. She left her residence after telling a family member she was going to meet a friend. Her body was found 11 days later in a shallow grave along Broad Run Creek near an old pump house. This area is in Ashburn near the intersection of Bowman Circle and Loudoun County Parkway, which is adjacent to what is currently Redskins Park. Loudoun County Sheriff's Office conducted a thorough investigation at the time of Erica's homicide. As a result, we believe this is not a random act of violence, but rather Erica knew her assailant. Furthermore, we have reason to believe there are individuals who have information pertinent to this ongoing investigation that, for whatever reason, have failed to come forward. Over 10 years have passed since Erica was killed. During that time, people and relationships have changed. Therefore, we have been reviewing leads, and our detectives have started re-interviewing individuals associated with this investigation. There have been significant scientific advances in forensic processes in the past 10 years. Crime laboratories can now obtain results from smaller and smaller samples of physical evidence. All evidence in Erica's case was preserved, and our detectives have identified specific pieces for potential analysis in light of these advancements. We fully intend to capitalize on the new investigative technologies to handle these types of cases. The commitment of my department to this case and other similar cases is strong. With the help of our community, I'm confident that we can bring this case to a successful conclusion. In support of Erica's case, we have established a website providing our community with investigative updates and methods to anonymously communicate tips. I ask those individuals with information about Erica's case to immediately contact the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office at 703-777-1919 or Crime Solvers at 1-877-777-1931 or at www.loudon.gov/Erica Smith. A reward was previously established in Erica's case and remains in effect, leading to the arrest of any suspect in this case. At this time, I would like to introduce Cindy Robinson, who will speak on behalf of the family. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Good evening to all of you, and we thank you for coming out once again to support the Smith family. As you heard earlier, it's been 10 long years that they have been dealing with this, and I can't even imagine what they've been going through. But I just ask that the community would come together and support this cause, this child victims awareness, to bring this to close, not only for Erica, but for other children who are missing in the area. Again, unfortunately, the person who did this has not been brought to justice. And it's our hope and our prayer that today, through this awareness, that whoever the person or persons, whoever did this, will be brought to justice. Pam and William has had to deal with a lot with this, and it hasn't been easy for them. So, along with supporting the sheriff, we ask that you support them. Whatever information you think you might have that will benefit solving this case, no information is too small. Whatever you might know, or whatever you even hear in the community, please contact the Sheriff's Department and talk to them. You can contact them anonymously. You don't have to, they don't have to know who you are, but if you hear anything at all, please contact them. And we thank you all very much for taking time in your busy schedules to come and support them. again, please, whatever you can do, big or small, to help us solve this murder. And we will. We can and we will solve this murder with the help of our community. And I ask that you just put yourself in Pam and William's place, and just think about how you would feel and what you would expect your community to do to take part in solving this murder. So again, we thank you. We appreciate all of your support, and we thank you for coming out today.
Thank you all for coming today.